Right, hello, lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under. I hope you all are enjoying this absolutely glorious week, and we need to keep the good times rolling and give some praise to two of Celtic's best players recently and some of the standouts recently. Before we go any further though, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It is the best way to help support the channel grow. And I appreciate everyone who goes and does click that subscribe button, but without further ado, let's get into it. So because this video is about Cameron Carter-Vickers and Carl Starfelt, I have a Boys Down Under fun fact for you all, including our own Cameron Carter-Vickers. So, did you know that Cameron Carter-Vickers, our centre-back, has more league goals this season than Ryan Kent? It's funny, isn't it? It's just great. It's a great stat to set you off on your Thursday mornings. Is a great stat to have. Anyways, so Carl Starfelt and Cameron Carter-Vickers both arrived during the first transfer window. Starfelt arrived for £3.5 million from Ruben Kazan permanently, and CCV was an 11th hour deadline day loanee from Tottenham with no option to buy, but priority. So we get the first chance, but there is no fee agreed in the loan. But the reception was very different. Starfelt was expected to be the player, the bully in defence and a real leader in the back line, while CCV was viewed as a player who never really got his chance to shine at all the clubs he's been at, and especially at Tottenham, where he's been loaned at every season. He was expected to be a liability in the air due to his height, but he was built like a brick shithouse, and still is. So no one really cared. They would just love the sight of him. But even more different was how they got on early on. Starfelt against Hearts, which we lost 2-1, was poor. He was really poor. And a lot of people were iffy on Carl Starfelt. And that never really changed for quite a while. As for Cameron Carter-Vickers, though, on the other hand, in his first game, he scored a crucial opening goal against Ross County to open the floodgates in the 60th minute for a 3-0 win. You know, and as the games progressed, Starfelt was gathering more and more negative opinions about him, while CCV went quietly about his business, and, you know, he just sort of did his thing and was there and was just being solid as ever. But every week, though, Starfelt just seemed to be making errors here and there, and they weren't crucial errors, but they were just stupid errors that would put us under so much unnecessary pressure. And the calls for him to get dropped were getting stronger. They were increasing in volume, but Ange didn't listen, which is a testament to Ange for sticking to his guns. The only times we didn't see Starfelt in action was when he was injured or suspended. But there was one game, however, and it was leading up to it. You know, Starfelt was finding some good form, some decent form. I wouldn't say it was good. But then I think it was the 1-0 win against Motherwell back in December. You know, he was rock solid, Carl Starfelt. He won man of the match that night. And all that was, it was from a boost in form. And some people after that match were saying saying the argument for Christopher Jullien is that it's now it's a coin toss between Carl Starfelt and Cameron Carter-Vickers of who Jullien should replace, because prior to that, it was perceived in the Celtic fan base that our two centre-backs going forward was either going to be Jullien and CCV or CCV and Welshie. But then the League Cup final arrives and everyone jumps on the back of Starfelt, on the negative Starfelt train, you know. Luckily we didn't lose, because it would have been really shocking if we did lose. But we can all admit he had an absolute stinker in that League Cup final. That match, he was the reason we conceded in the first place. He was being absolutely rinsed all night by Kevin Nisbet. Joe Hart had to save him on many occasions. And he almost gave away a penalty in the final minute of the match by shoving Porteous over blatantly in the box. But who saved him all match? Apart from Joe Hart, Cameron Carter-Vickers. Cameron Carter-Vickers in that match, he was phenomenal. And I'd be scared to think what would have happened if we didn't have Cameron Carter-Vickers in that role right there. But the winter break comes along, and since then, Starfelt and Carter-Vickers have not missed a beat. That Carter-Vickers is just immense every single game, and I don't think he's had a bad game in a Celtic jersey. I'm trying to think back right now, and I tried again earlier, and there isn't a bad game in the Celtics Cameron Carter-Vickers. I haven't seen him play a bad game. You know, he hasn't been He's a centre-back. He isn't incredible every game, but he hasn't had a stinker at all, which is incredible. And right now, everyone, including myself, is calling for Cameron Carter-Vickers to be signed permanently at all costs. Something that seems to be increasingly likely, that Celtic are agreeing a fee and whatnot, but it's all just speculation at this point. Until, he signs the dotted line, nothing's confirmed, and we need him to be confirmed for next season. So Spurs, please don't be stingy and put that price up. I know the fees right now, it's being reported around $6 million, but we all know that money can go up. Regardless, Carl Starfelt, he deserves his spot at centre-back. Also, he may be completely unorthodox in the way he plays, the way he moves, the way he runs out of centre-back. Speaking of runs out of centre-back, Carl Starfelt's runs from centre-back with the ball do give me heart attacks. However, the numbers do not lie. When Cameron Carter-Vickers and Starfelt have played together this season, domestically, we have not lost. It's as simple as that. That is a fact. We have been undefeated when Cameron Carter-Vickers and Carl Starfelt line up together domestically. This season in the league, Carl Starfelt, despite his numerous bomb scares early on, he has a 91% passing accuracy from the back. He has won 177 duels, has made 168 recoveries, 99 clearances, 38 interceptions from 28 appearances, and that equals 2,477 minutes. That is immense. And as for Cameron Carter-Vickers, he has played 27 games, an 89% passing accuracy in the league. He's averaging He's averaging 4.4 clearances a game, which equals 119 clearances altogether, 32 interceptions, and won 68% of all duels. I haven't got the actual stat of how many duels he's gone into, but I've just got that figure. Bottom line, these two are absolutely immense together. Their partnership is absolutely flourishing right now at just the right time for Celtic. We have 6 league games to go. We have at least one more cup game, hopefully 2 more, should be 2 more, and we have a treble that is still on the cards. And I have to mention, this whole video has been about the partnership and the rise of the best centre-back partnership in the league. But I've also got to speak about Joe Hart as well. Behind them two, Joe Hart is the man between the sticks, and it is up to him to keep that ball out of the back of the net. So even if, on the occasions that Carl Starfelt and Cameron Carter-Vickers have, had an odd hairy moment here and there, more so Carl Starfelt, Joe Hart has been there to save it. Would a lot of results gone differently if we had Barkas in goals? Yes, 100%. I can guarantee that. With Joe Hart in goals, he has given confidence to the 2 centre-backs in front of him, and he's given confidence to every single fan out there that if a slip-up was to happen, he has the ability and he has the confidence and the class to be able to save the day, But back to Carl Starfelt and CCV, they are the best centre-back pairing in the league. The stats do not lie. They've got 15 clean sheets, the most of any centre-back pairing in the league. And as a fan, it's great to see both of them flourishing, I think Carter-Vickers is arguably Celtic's player of the season. I think that award should go to someone who's been playing consistently all throughout the season at their best. And I think Cameron Carter-Vickers is the favourite right now for that award. I think Callum McGregor is certainly very close second. And I wouldn't be disappointed if the award went to McGregor, but I right now my money's on Cameron Carter-Vickers to win that award. It has to be between them two, and I've got Carter-Vickers just slightly ahead. He has been absolutely immense, and as for Starfelt too, from being absolutely belittled by all the Celtic fans and by everyone in the league, it's a testament to Ange, firstly, for sticking to his guns and keeping Starfelt in the team so he can, adapt to Scottish football and really show off why we spent £3.5 million for him, because we're seeing that now. And next to CCV, the partnership is absolutely deadly, Like we saw against Rangers on the weekend, CCV was man of the match, but Carl Starfelt as well was absolutely phenomenal in the box, clearances, everything. Nothing got past him in that box. He was absolutely rock solid. And Carter-Vickers gets the plaudits for that match because he scored the winner, and arguably so, and fair enough. I'd happily pay £10 million for Carter-Vickers. I'm just going to put it out there. I'd happily make him the most expensive transfer fee for a Celtic player ever, the most Celtic have ever paid for a player. I'd happily make him that to keep him here for the next 2-3 years minimum, without a doubt. Because if we get Champions League football next year, That's 40 million. I'd happily spend a quarter on that on Cameron Carter-Vickers because the revenue, it's going to be worth it in the long run. And from a business standpoint, I hate going to the business standpoint, but easily double, triple our money on that investment. So it's up to the board to fork out the cash however much they want, and at the end of the day, it will be up to CCV if he wants to stay. Hopefully so, because the partnership he's got with Starfelt is the best in the league. Because, and you know what? It's going to be a premiership winning partnership in the coming weeks. And it's hopefully, and the way things are going, most probably going to be a treble winning partnership in the next few weeks. And that's the bottom line, because Boys Down Under said so. But that is all from me. So remember to leave a like, remember to subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments below what you guys think about Carl Starfelt and CCV right now. And yeah, but that is all from me. So until next time, hail, hail.